Welcome back, humor consumers, to the Life Happens, Laugh Anyway podcast. I'm comedian Tracy DeGraaf.
And I'm Cathrine, co-host and bestie.
Hey, Cathrine. Welcome to the Pod Lab.
Hi, Trace.
We are doing episode number 187.
Yeah, we're really moving along, as I always say.
I know, but every time,
it's
like, whoa, we did it again. Look at us.
Oh, yeah. When I look at the numbers, I'm like, wow.
I know.
What, 3 years? 4 years?
No. Well, this is 2024, and we started in
end of 2020.
Yes.
Yeah, so
yeah,
3.
Yeah, so good enough. Mm-hmm. Every week, except for next week, we may not have an episode, just FYI, because Catherine's daughter's getting married. And we just went over the list of things that she has to do between now and the wedding. So anyway.
Yeah. And my other daughter is coming in. And we're going to be celebrating her birthday. We just have a lot going on.
Yeah. I mean, I could come and do something, but I can't talk to myself for 40 minutes. It just would be bad. It would be, hello, self. What do you say?
Well, and I hate to just, not put the time in and just not put the time in. I don't want to do that. Come to the table with nothing.
Okay.
No.
Oh, okay. So I'm just saying that we may not have one next week. If we do come up with something, we will bring it to you, friends. You'll be the first to know because there'll be a new drop. Yeah. But if we don't, that's why, because a offspring is getting married. Mm-hmm. And I'm marrying them. I'm officiating.
Yeah.
So,
it's going to be
I'm going to be in
special.
the pictures with my white hair. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Wonderful.
And it's outside, so we're hopeful that it's going to be beautiful on that day.
Ellis has been watching the weather.
I'm sure.
And it's going to be okay. It's going to be 80s as of right now. We're about 2 weeks out.
Right.
And so far, that's what it's saying.
Well, let's see what happens. Hopefully there will be no major changes. I'm sure there'll be no snow. We know that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do a quick overview of what we're going to go through today. And then I want you to share with our listeners, in case we have new ones, what our sponsorship program is about. So actually, why don't you do that first? Tell our new listeners, somebody that's just tuning in, about our sponsorship program.
Well, if you are just tuning in and you love us already,
yes,
you could start contributing right away.
Yes, because we're adorable.
Yes, and you can just help us out. You can even just feel sorry for us and donate $5 a month. Go to tracydegraaf.com, and it's really easy. I went on her website. You could just follow the prompts.
Yes.
And I did this recently just to update myself. When you don't do it for a long time, you
don't know.
Yeah, and if I talk about it every week, I want to make sure that I know. So anyway, go to her website, tracydegraaf.com, follow the prompts, hit that you want to donate $5 or $10 a month. But typically our humor contributors, we call them, contribute $5 a month. And then we have some that contribute one lump sum.
Yes.
And we love that too. So
yeah, the bigger the lump, the better. And all of those gifts go to supporting the equipment and the platforms that we use and all of that. It's not like we're paying ourselves just yet, but we're getting there. We have to pay for things first, and then eventually maybe we'll have an actual job at this podcasting thing. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Also, please share. Please help us to grow and share. Share this podcast with your friends. If you enjoy it, share it with people that you love. All right, let's dive in. Episode 187. Today we're talking about loving on your houseplants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your houseplants.
We came up with this yesterday. We were like, what are we going to do? Because our topic was going to be about women our age and how to put on makeup properly and skin treatments and so forth. And I said that because I wanted to know, because I wanted to really do it up for the wedding.
Right.
And anyway, but I'm having a facial like next week. And I said, well, the facial, she's going to tell me how to do all the stuff for the wedding.
Right. So Catherine's going to use the facial as research for the podcast. So, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that left us with nothing for today. And that's why we said, Catherine goes, did we do something on houseplants or did I say that?
You said that, but I was just thinking like something along the lines of plants or gardening.
Oh, right. Yeah. So we both kind of had it in our mind. So here we're going to give you the takeaways. Number one, if you stick with us for 40 minutes or whatever it takes, we're going to talk about why have them? Why have plants at all? Why bother? Right? Why do we like them? Our own opinions about it, as well as Catherine has some research of why other people like them. We're going to talk about the easiest plants to grow indoors. Also, we're going to talk about plant murders that have been committed by us. Because I have had some issues.
Oh, yeah, me too.
With death on the plant side.
Yeah, I'm still struggling with one of them.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get into it. And then finally, we're going to talk about some resources, little tools and apps and such that we've used to help us to grow as plant mamas. Because we want to be good plant mamas. We don't want to be murderers.
I used to have, now that you're saying that, I had these pajamas. I loved them. They were by the brand Lazy One, and they said Plant Lady all over them.
Oh, fun.
I know, but they shrank.
You can't.
And I got bigger.
You can't put those in the dryer. How many times I got to tell you?
They were so cute. Yeah.
I
actually
It
don't.
was the dryer.
Well,
as always, we're going to have an inspirational close. We always end our podcast pointing you to Jesus and to the Word of God. So stay tuned for that. And we have a call to action. Oh, and I also have a scientific study that's going to surprise you.
yeah, and I don't know what it is.
She
so I'm
doesn't.
looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah. All right, Catherine, why have plants?
Well, they add a living touch of, color and decor to your home. They help cleanse the air. And
that's the scientific surprise. They don't. They don't help you cleanse the air.
Well, how do you know that your research is correct and this isn't?
Oh, you know why?
Because we both are on the internet.
Mine says,
oh, God. Is yours a blog?
Mine says, Reese.
What?
It says research, science, and technology, health. That's the name of it. That's the name of it.
Who wrote it?
I don't know. Some guy.
It's a blog.
Okay, listen. Here's the thing. I thought that too, that they help with air quality,
well,
right?
Yeah.
Well, they did a study, and I read the study, and they said that she just looked at me like, no, you didn't. Okay. Wait a minute. I didn't read the whole thing.
Actually, yes. One,
I
know
it.
you.
I skimmed.
And I know how much time you didn't have. And 3, I'm thinking, even if you skimmed it, read it, whatever, I don't know. I don't know if I believe it.
Be quiet. Listen. I skimmed it. Okay.
Okay.
Here's the bottom line. It makes sense to me. The air quality, the number of plants that you would need to be able to filter a home just the size of my home, which is like, I don't know, 1,300 square feet or something.
Yeah.
Is crazy. You would need a jungle to really have an impact on the air quality.
Okay. Didn't Lindy just say when we were at her house the other day, she said you need about 17 plants in an average home for the air quality to be better. That's what she said. Now, where she got that, I don't know, but I just know that I'm just going to stick with that. I do believe it does require, not just 1 or 2 plants.
Well, there's no question that they help to add ambiance. They help to add design. We like to look at them.
Mm-hmm.
We enjoy them in our presence. But as far as air quality goes, I don't know. It says right here on this website I'm reading. I'm going to quote. This is a guy with a PhD. Okay. Quote. This has been a common misconception for some time. Plants are great, but they don't actually clean indoor air quickly enough to have an effect on the air quality of your home or office environment, said Michael Waring, PhD. He's an associate professor of architecture and environmental engineering.
Okay. Well, that all sounds great from the one man against all other. I'm just saying, I'll bet you there's other PhD people that are like, yes, it does.
Yeah,
who knows?
you're probably right because they flip and flop all the time on stuff like that.
Well, coffee's good for you. Coffee's bad for you.
I know.
On and on it
That
goes.
same one. Okay, go on.
Okay.
Go on with your research. I was going to hold it until the end, but I didn't know you were going to lead with that. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Well, it is why, why do we have them? That's
Okay.
one of the reasons. Well, and before I could get to the last one, it was and lift the spirits.
Yes, it does.
It's okay. Bring a plant to the hospital. Your sick loved one will get better air quality and
Maybe
their spirits will be lifted.
I do like in home design, like when you're watching HGTV or whatever, those redesign shows, they always put a little green here and there. And I like that.
Oh, I'm so drawn in. Any magazine you open up that's like all the ones I love, House Cottage or Living Country, whatever. They all have like a fig tree in the background, or they have, a banana leaf tree. Just
now those fig trees, those big giant fig leaf trees.
Yeah.
Now those have circled around, and now they're in home design. But I'll bet you years from now, they're going to be replaced with something else.
Well, they will be. Like for a long time, like the late 90s, early 2000s, it was those ficus trees.
Yes, it was. You're right.
And now you see them in thrift stores. If they even take them, they're all dusty. And
well, those are the fake ones.
Well, right. I'm saying though,
right.
But I mean,
I have one on my patio.
I know you do. I have one in my sunroom.
Yeah.
And it looks great.
Yeah.
But it's not one of those just one branch up kind. It's got the intertwined 2 or 3.
Too.
Yeah. So
I used to have a real ficus tree and I liked it, but it seemed like the leaves would drop for whatever reason.
Yeah, they do. And they get all crunchy and get all over.
Yeah. And then it was bald. And then I threw it away. It was murdered. Yeah. Okay. Anything else about why you have them and why you like them? Yourself personally, like your own personal preference?
No, those are the reasons. They just bring, vitality to the room. It just livens it up and looks good.
One of the things I like about having houseplants, because I've gone in different seasons, there have been different periods of time where I didn't have time to mess with them. So I didn't have any, or maybe I only had one. And now in this season, I have, I don't know, maybe 9 of them.
Yeah. You do. You have
something like that. And some of them are pretty small, but I love taking care of them. I love monitoring them. Like right now I have one that's sick and I'm sad.
Yeah, me too.
It's my spider plant. Now they said that those are supposed to be super easy to take care of.
Well, the number one that is supposed to be the easiest to take care of, that's the one I'm having trouble with. I'll get to that in a minute. But it's funny. I love gardening outside and all the stuff, but I struggle with keeping up with the house plants for some reason. I really do. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have these apps to tell me when it's time, and then I blow that off too.
Well, and we're going to talk about tools in a second because I have a whole little box here that I'm going to share about my little tools.
I brought pictures of mine.
Oh, exciting. Show and tell. Okay. What else you got over there?
Well, that was it for the, why do we have them? Why do we love them?
Okay, what about the easiest ones to grow?
All right, the easiest one is, according to proven winners.
Oh, yeah, they do all kinds of stuff.
They do. They've been around for a long time.
Okay, what do they
Home
say?
Depot carries them, and even Allsup Nursery.
I'm excited.
Yes. The number one is Monstera. So that's also known as the Swiss cheese plant. It's those, they have like that teardrop kind of shape to the leaf, and it's a nice thick leaf, and then as it starts to mature, it's heart shape actually. They start to get holes, like vertical holes in them, slits.
Yeah. Is yours
So-
doing well?
No, it's I don't know. No, it's not. There's 2 sprouts that look just great, and I had one big healthy sprout, and then it split like it's supposed to. But then the edges started turning yellow, and anyway, day after day, it got more and more yellow until I just ended up having to yank it, like cut it off. So then now the next biggest one is turning like yellow spots on it. And so then I use my app and then it diagnosed.
What did it say?
It said that it might need to be repotted, which I sort of doubted because of what I already know about roots and plants, and the size pot and stuff. But anyway, and I thought, well, maybe I'm not letting the water drain like it should, because sometimes if you leave it if you're watering your plant and you've got it in that, like a dish at the bottom, and if the dish is full of water, I didn't think that was a problem. I just thought it would evaporate, but you can't do that. So I don't know if that was the issue. I don't know.
Because I have the same Monstera.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Ellie. Is that where yours is from?
Yeah.
So we received babies from the same mama plant, and mine is going crazy.
Yeah, and mine's not.
Mine looks better than yours.
It does, actually. It really does. Do you have yours that was another thing. It told me that it was too far from the window.
I have mine right up next to the window.
Well, in here or somewhere, I read that it doesn't need to be right by the window. Well, let's see.
Which window, which facing which direction window? Like, where is it right now?
Well, I moved it. I moved it to where it's now getting the east sun and the south. So that's sun all day long. And before, it was getting mostly the west sun, mostly.
Well, mine is on this side. Which direction is that? West?
That's west.
Okay. So mine is right next to the window on the west side of my house. And I water it only when it's dry. I do not water it. If it's wet at all, I wait. So sometimes it's like 10 days between waterings.
Mm-hmm.
Every Friday, I test the soil to see if it's wet or dry.
Yeah. And now that I'm using the app as I should, it tells me it's too soon, or in this case, it was too late. Because it's funny, we were getting ready for this podcast. I'm like, dang, I keep ignoring my alerts.
From the plant app?
From the plant app.
Funny.
And it shows up in like a bright pinkish red, and it'll say, you're 3 days late on fertilizing. You're 3 days late on watering, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So the next easiest plant to grow is a spider plant. And those like they're characterized by the grass-like cascading green or the variegated foliage,
That's mine that's dying. The spider plant. Well,
okay.
It's okay. So this morning I pulled a yellow leaf off of it because I've learned that once the leaves change from green to yellow, they're donezo. They're not coming back to green. So you might as well cut them off.
Yeah, there's some you're not supposed to cut. I don't know if that's one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, darn it. Okay, so what am I doing wrong with it?
Well, I don't know. You'll have to. I mean, in my case, the plant that I had that was doing fine, and then it went, it's so funny because the tips will get just tiny yellow brown, and then it just spreads to the whole thing. The roots had root rot. So I completely had to repot it. I had to rinse off the roots.
Oh, wow.
And repot it and make sure that the soil wasn't too tight around because sometimes I have a habit of packing it pretty hard. So
now this spider plant that I have, it's going great with the baby spiders. Like it produces, so a spider plant makes a nice big bushy leaf at the top of it, and then it can spin off these little like vines that go down. It looks almost like a spider on a web.
Yeah.
I have tons of the babies.
Gosh, I don't have any.
Oh, but I had to cut the one leaf, and I hope that cutting it doesn't make it a problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love the spider plant. I love the way that it looks because I like that it's spiky and that it cascades down with little babies.
I know. I like it too. Okay, and then next, the third one is pothos.
Oh yeah, those are so easy.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not having any problems there.
I would say that the pothos or pothos, however you say it. I would say that that's the easiest one for me to grow.
Yeah, me too.
That's the one that I have that's out on my patio. I'm going to take a picture of it or video and send it to our humor contributors.
Yeah, it looks great.
I put it on the patio for the first time this year. Actually, I think I sent out an email to my email list with a picture of it. I did.
Yeah.
It grew like Jack and the Beanstalk. I'm like, where's the golden goose or whatever it is that's supposed to be up there?
Well, they like the humidity.
Yeah, it totally loves the humidity.
Right.
So pretty. But now I have a dilemma. Here's a problem, right? Now it's so viney. Like I bought these these stakes that you put into the pot so it can trail up it.
Yeah.
So it's trailing up the stakes. I bought 4 of them and put them one on top of another. So now the whole thing from bottom to top is probably 6 feet tall. It's taller than me. I'm 5'7".
Huh.
I can't go any taller. I've only got 7-foot ceilings in this
Right.
house. And I don't like the look of a jungle inside my house. I like the look of a nice plant, but not a jungle.
You know, it's funny you say that because I can recall, I swear, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember, I think like it was like the 70s when everybody had tons and tons of jungle-like plants in their front windows.
Yes, it was.
So I don't, like, and hanging off the macrame and all of that. I love a plant in macrame, but I don't like that jungle look either.
My mom actually had a plant party at our house, like a Tupperware party, but it was a plant party.
Really?
Where this woman came with all these plants, and then all my mom's friends bought plants.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds fun. We had a plant party at your house, but it wasn't that kind.
Well, we just shared cuttings.
Yeah.
Which is a great idea. If you are into plants and you want to grow your collection, do it with some friends. So I reached out to Cathrine, her daughter, her next door neighbor, myself, plus a few other friends that I know that like plants. And I said, hey, everybody, start getting your cuttings going. Everybody get a cutting going, or 2 or 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then everybody brought their little baby cuttings. Some of them were rooted, some of them weren't. And we shared them.
Right. I had COVID though, so I couldn't go.
Oh, yeah. Darn COVID.
Yeah.
That's
but I did get
that
some
keeps
cuttings.
on giving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I got my Monstera from Ellis. And it is absolutely my favorite plant right now. And it keeps giving me brand new leaves. And I'm so excited about it.
Stop bragging, Tracy. I can so upset about mine.
I can see your face going like, mine's dying.
Mine has COVID.
Oh, that's funny.
The next one is a philodendron.
I don't have any of those, I don't think.
I'm looking at this plant. Yeah, I don't think you do either. It's native to, well, a lot of these are native to tropical rainforests, but they come in a dazzling array of colors, sizes, forms, and leaf shapes. So I think there's different varieties of this plant.
Yeah, there are.
Because even a pothos is also philodendron.
Yeah.
Look-alike, actually, it says.
Yeah.
The next easiest, number 5, is a rubber plant. Seems like everybody had those back in the day.
Oh, yeah. My mom used to have one of those.
Yep.
Didn't they call them a jade plant? Or was that something else?
I don't know, but I remember our friends, the Wilsons, I'll just say, they had a rubber plant. I remember thinking, wow, cool is that?
Yeah.
Number 6 is a Chinese evergreen.
I have one of those.
You do?
Yeah.
Where do you have that?
It's in my south window. It's that big one that I put in the planter that you got me that says, pay attention to me.
I thought that was a green plant.
It is green, but it's a Chinese evergreen.
Oh.
That's the, nickname for it. The formal name is like Algomonius or something. I forget the formal name of it.
Huh. They must come. Oh, it says here, because this is red, mostly pink red with green on the edges.
Mm-hmm.
And it says it has an array of vibrant leaf hues and patterns, adding bright splashes of color to indoor living spaces.
Yeah, I see.
So
they have a variety that's red.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, the formal name is called Agleonema. Agleonema.
Why did they do that? I like Chinese evergreen better.
I do too.
Well, why would they name it Chinese evergreen when they have all different colors?
I don't know, but I want to tell you how I got that plant. So you had given me the little pot.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a plant that would go into that pot right at that time, like the right size.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the pot over to Johnson's greenhouse, which is our local florist.
Yeah.
And I said, I have this pot. Do you have a plant that I can put in it? And they said, well, here, go out to the greenhouse and you just take your pick, and we'll make it happen. And I picked that one and it's grown beautifully.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And now, because the pot that Cathrine gave to me does not have a hole in it, we had to have the greenhouse had to put it in a pot that has holes in it. So it's in a plastic grower's pot.
Yeah.
That you don't really see that, when you're looking at the plant.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's grown so big that I had to transplant it into a larger container, a
Yeah.
larger pot, and now I put something else in the pot that you
That's
gave me.
awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I've done with the pots that don't have holes in them
Yeah.
for drainage?
Yeah, what
I've
do you-
drilled holes in them.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a trick. I've heard of people doing like putting rocks down there to kind of
Mm-hmm.
filter it, but I think it's dangerous to do that. I feel like if you're going to have a plant that you're going to water,
Yeah.
you've got to have a way for that water to get out of there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to have problems.
Yeah. Have you seen this new look? I see them at farmers markets, and now I'm seeing a picture of it here. This Chinese evergreen, which, by the way, this particular one that's colored is called Ruby Crab.
Okay.
Chinese evergreen. So the new look is like, it's like a rounded jar with the cork lid, and the cork has a hole in it. So all of the roots of the plant are exposed. They're not in soil.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I keep seeing that now. I've seen them at the farmer's market, and it's like a new trendy look.
Wow, that's neat.
Yeah. Okay, the next one, I thought you had one of these, is called a prayer plant.
A prayer plant.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look it up. Prayer plants. What does
Yeah.
it look like? No, I think you're thinking of my Chinese evergreen, because my Chinese evergreen looks similar to that
Okay.
in terms of like it has a very variegated green pattern on the leaf, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't have a prayer plant, but it's pretty.
It is. And it gets its name because the leaves fold up at night, resembling praying hands. So now I want one.
So cute.
I know. And number 8 is crassula.
Ooh, what's that?
I don't know. Oh, it's part of a succulent. It's a large.
Oh, that's a
genus
jade
succulent.
plant, the crassula.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It is. Yep.
I see. Yeah, my mom used to have one of those.
Jade plant.
Those jade plants, I think they last forever. Like they're long living type of a thing.
Really?
Yeah, well, I think so. I saw one up at Johnson's greenhouse and it was gigantic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Begonia. I didn't even know that people did that, do those in their homes.
I didn't either. But you know what I did one year? I brought my geraniums in after the summer was done. So friends, if you're listening and it's summertime where you are right now and you have geraniums outside, you can bring those in and you can keep them alive in your house and then put them back outside in the summer.
My mom used to do that.
Yeah. My aunt used to do it with her poinsettia plant. She would just keep it alive forever.
I can never keep those alive.
You know,
I just can't.
I think they're gorgeous, but after Christmas, I just feel like, go away, poinsettia plant. It's not your time. I do. I think they're beautiful.
I struggle with them.
When we were in Florida this past Christmas, because we go every year, to visit family, I saw in the wild a poinsettia plant.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like in the wild because, I'm not going to go venture it off into the wild. But I mean, it was outside.
In the
garden. In somebody's landscaping.
Oh, wow.
It was
nice.
Gorgeous.
Number 10 is a nerve plant, which is sometimes confused with polka dot plant. And it's distinguished by the distinct white, pink, or red leaf, veining and creeping habit.
They say that one's easy?
Yeah, they do.
It's pretty.
Yeah. It does need high humidity, though, and it does grow best in moist, well-draining soil. So that's why it's number 10.
I have seen people put on humidifiers just for their plants.
Do you know, okay, I found this out today,
Mm-hmm.
that your plants need movement. That's why when you go into a greenhouse, you typically see the ceiling fans going.
Is that right?
I thought it was for us, the shoppers. But they need to have the wind moving them, and you should also be turning your plants often.
I do that.
I do that too.
Well, the plant, like the leaves seem to reach for the sun. If you leave it one way, then your plant.
I can't remember where I was passing by, but it was a wildflower garden,
mm-hmm.
and it was hysterical to me because it was like a big field of them, and they were all like facing the sun. It reminded me of my cousin Christy looking for the sun.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Number 11 is pepperomia. Pepperomia. Let's see if this one has another name, I mean.
Is that the watermelon plant? Yes, it is. It's the watermelon plant. I love that. I love the look of it. Yeah. Watermelon pepperomia, however you say it. Pepperomia. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It does look like a watermelon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's funny. It doesn't say that on here, but that's definite. Oh, Oh, this one's called Sweet and Sour, the variety of it.
It's the green of the leaf resembles the green of a watermelon.
Yeah, and I could see
Yeah.
with the lighter, I wish that it would give all of the nicknames on this thing, but it's not.
Well, it's very pretty. I would love to get one. I've looked for one and I can't find them locally, you know?
Yeah. Number 12 is a drop tongue plant,
Ooh.
also known as green shield. Well, this one gives the nickname.
Oh, I don't like that one. To me, it looks like a dead pot plant. You know, it droops.
Yeah.
Excuse me, it droops a little bit.
And that's why I guess it's called drop tongue plant. Yeah, I don't really like it either.
Yeah, I don't think it's very pretty. Sorry.
Number 13 is arrowhead vine.
Oh.
I don't know if that has a nickname too, but it has green, chartreuse, pink, white, and variegated patterns.
That one's
Ooh.
okay. I've seen that one a lot in little silk plants that are stuck in Goodwill's like dead silk plant area where there's like 2 sprigs of this and 4 sprigs of that.
Yeah. That's funny. Number 14, I love this plant.
What is
I'm
it?
not
What is
that
it?
good at keeping them looking great. Purple, it's basically a wandering Jew.
Oh, yeah.
Purple spiderwort. Okay, it's called purple tradescantia. And in other words, a wandering Jew.
Yeah, it's hard to pronounce all these names.
Your one outside,
It's gorgeous.
looks amazing.
I know. And you know what will happen to that? Here's the thing with this plant. And they called it Wandering Jew because it just goes crazy. Like it goes.
Yeah, mine doesn't.
Anyway, they also call it Wandering Dude, you know, so whatever. You'll see the nickname Dude or
It's
Jew.
so pretty.
It's gorgeous. So it's a green leaf. It's got purple on one side and it's got like a darker green. And mine outside, I bought that at the greenhouse.
Smith's, right?
Yes. It was in a hanging basket. I took off the hanging part and I put it in you can't even see the wooden barrel.
No, you can't.
It looks like a book.
Completely covered.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Looks amazing. Hey, I just found out my brother-in-law Dennis, back in the day, he dated the daughter Smiths.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. From that
Anyway.
greenhouse.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yes.
Anyway, yes, the Wandering Dude, Wandering Jew. I love that plant. And I have seen my plant has flowered. Did you know that it flowers?
No.
It does.
Really?
I have taken pictures of it flowering. Not the one outside, but I've had them inside. My inside plant has flowered.
Oh. Now, it says here that they're tolerant of different levels of light, water, and humidity, making purple spiderwort suitable for beginners. Huh. You know, it's funny because I know that you can easily just take a sprout, stick it in the soil, and it should grow.
It does, yes.
But they come out so easily. Like when I'm watering or I just move the plant a little, they just seem to just
They're
right
extremely delicate, like those long vines. Last year, my Wandering Dude, whatever, it did great out on the patio. And then I tried to move it carefully into the house. And by the time I got it into the house and where I wanted it, it had lost all of its dreadlocks. It was like they all fell off, like all the vines. Yeah, I don't know what the secret is there, but the beauty of the plant is that it propagates well. So you can just take the tips, you snip them, you stick them in a little bit of root growth powder that you can get on Amazon. Yeah. It's just called root powder or something.
I've got some.
And then plop it in the dirt and just water it. Keep it watered. That's it.
Well,
okay.
Have to retry. Number 15, it's either pronounced Dracania or Dracaena. Dracaena.
Dracana. It looks like Dracana. I don't know, but it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It's more of a taller, like a tree kind of a plant that you would put in a corner or something.
Yeah, it has an upright habit. Oh, very nice.
So
that's it for the easiest houseplants. They're easy to grow, but they're not easy to say, half of them.
Okay, but like you named 2, the top 2 were ones that we've had a hard time with. The spider plant that I'm currently dealing with, and then you've had a hard time with your Monstera. So that's just to say, friends, don't be discouraged. Try again. Just keep on working out the issues. check the soil. I think a common problem with houseplants is overwatering. Because if I see something's wrong with it, I'm like, oh, you need water,
Yeah, that's a common misconception.
I used to do that to my kids. They'd be like, I don't feel good. I go drink some water.
Water solves everything.
Or they'd be in the bathroom. They'd be like, I can't poop. I go, well, drink some water.
Well, that's true. It
I
should
know.
flush them.
Yeah, not immediately, but yeah. Okay, anything else about ease of care or plants that you've murdered?
Well, plants I've murdered.
Yeah, let's
My
talk about
goodness. Well, the spider plant I totally murdered.
Yeah.
And the wandering Jew I've really
Had a hard time with?
Yeah, I've definitely murdered one of those.
I murdered the Swiss cheese plant that Ellie gave me that was the smaller variety. Now hers at her house, crazy.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yes.
And she gave me a baby, and I don't think I've had the heart to tell her, but I killed her baby. It wasn't the dingo. The dingo did not kill the baby.
Dingo got my baby.
It was Tracy.
Oh.
And I don't know
Yeah.
how. I don't know what I did wrong. It was rooting in water, Like, so sometimes you can just take a little clipping and root it in water.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Do you know you could do that with your lettuce? Like
I tried
your
it.
romaine lettuce?
It takes too long. No. I tried that. I'm like,
I've done it and then potted it.
Yeah, but then
Amazing.
did you eat it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just clip the top.
Okay, you know how long it takes me to get lettuce into my mouth? I go to the store and I go boop in my cart and then boop in my mouth.
Yeah. Well, it's fun.
Yeah. Hmm. My brother-in-law, Doug, his parents have grown their own pineapple. Like you cut off the top of a pineapple and you stick it in dirt,
Mm-hmm.
and then a new pineapple will grow out of it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what, folks.
Mm-hmm.
If you want all things vegetation, all things to learn how to do that, learn how to take a cucumber seed, this guy, Creative Explained, I follow him, his reels on
How is it that I
Instagram.
don't know about this?
Oh my God. I've told you about him before.
Oh, I wasn't listening?
Yeah, right.
What's his name?
It's Creative Explained. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
And like if I go on there, he'll be the first one. Oh, no, you pop.
Well, you never know. We might. Oh, I came up the first thing. That's
Yeah.
funny. We might need to know how to grow our own stuff one day. What if, the Martians come?
I can't stop watching when he does. If I get on Instagram, here he is. So he's this dark-haired guy, and he'll tell you how to. It's endless. He's got a book out. He's been on.
I love it.
He's been on the morning show. So it's creative_explained.
Okay.
And right now, the one that popped up is he's made some kind of concoction for acne, for your face. But yes,
I love it.
yeah, you can regrow a lime tree or whatever.
Well, when you think about it, right? God made all this stuff, and it's been reproducing forever,
Mhm.
right? Since the beginning, which isn't forever. I mean, there was a beginning, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
life finds a way.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Anything else on that?
No.
All right. Let's talk about our tools and resources. You already alluded to some apps. What's your
Yes.
favorite app?
Well, I have two,
Okay.
and I like them both.
Hmm.
So I can't say which one is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But I have an app called Picture This. And this one is my free one. And if it's like anytime I'm walking along and I see a plant or a tree and I want to know what it is, this will scan it and tell me what it is. But it also has the diagnose. If you've got an issue with your plant, it'll diagnose it and tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to just put up with, the ads
Mm-hmm.
that pop up,
Mhm.
and which is not a big deal, really. But so that one's called Picture This. And
Nice.
it's really helpful. It's fast. Now, the one I rely on that I use, that I was telling you that I keep ignoring, its alerts. It's really good. It's called Planta, but I pay for this one.
How much do you pay for it?
I don't remember. I think it was $9.99 a month.
Okay.
So right now, okay, and again, it's called Planta. It tells me that I have 7 tasks that are late. It's coming up in red.
So this app knows what type of plants that you have.
Yes,
You put that all in there.
You take a picture of it, and it'll tell you what the plant is. It'll tell you whether or not it looks healthy. See, like right here, I have a warning. It says light warning. 3 plants are placed too dark.
Oh, see?
Yeah. But it'll ask you how far from the window is it? And, I literally measured how far it was. It says here, 2 plants are missing important care information. And will tell me when I have to add the fertilizer. So I don't have to keep track of anything because this does.
Okay, but when it messages you, you ignore it.
Well, eventually, I know.
So you have to do it.
Here's the truth. Honestly, I was ignoring it during that whole time of moving my mom.
Yeah.
And so both times, well, we moved her 3 times, but the 2 times in particular, I just couldn't deal with it. And that's probably why my Monstera plant got sick. But so it will also tell me, so look at this. It wants you to mist your plants too, not just water them.
Really?
So it's telling me that my Monstera is 5 months late on being misted. Pothos, the same, and the spider plant too.
I had no idea.
It also wants you to clean your plants. I'm 2 months late on the Monstera, 2 months late on the pothos, and my ZZ plant, which Kim Teskey gave me.
Oh, yeah.
When my dad died.
Yeah.
And actually, I have that plant too that you gave me, you and Ron.
Yeah.
I was just thinking how I've got plants everywhere as well. They're scattered throughout, so it doesn't look like a jungle. But anyway, it just really covers everything.
I'm looking at it. It's in the App Store, Planta.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pressing on it to see how much it is. How much did you say how much it is?
I didn't recall. I don't know if it was $9.99 or $6.99.
Well, is there a free version of it?
There might be. I don't know.
Because it's giving me a free thing.
It might be free for a month and then you pay.
Oh, we'll see what happens.
But I really like it because it has just like it could diagnose and it's more thorough instead of just scanning the plant and then, my other one will just scan it and it'll say it's probably this, but this one will ask you a lot of questions.
Love it. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to share with you some of my goodies that are in my little box here. So what I'm opening is a little shoebox it's a plastic shoebox with a lid.
Yes, I took pictures of mine because I couldn't bring it.
Oh, okay. And I have these little jobes or jobies or whatever they are.
Yes, I have those too.
So this is a fertilization little probe that you just stick in the dirt.
Yeah, it's a little fertilizer stick.
Yeah. And these are great. You just stick them in like every couple months. It gives you directions. I forget. That's what that is. This is the root powder. It's called Bontone, Bontone 2 rooting powder. I think that's just the brand, Bontone 2. I don't know. But it helps roots to develop. And it's like baking powder. It's just a powder.
Yeah. Now that's what you use when you have a bare root, right? And you want it to go to...
Okay. Yes, that's correct. Now, I've heard this thing called callousing the roots. Have you heard this?
I don't think I have.
So you cut out the cutting or whatever it is, and you'd have to look up to see if different plants require it and different ones don't. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it'll say, let the rooting, like you cut it underneath a leaf node, like a little nubbin where it looks like
an elbow of a plant.
Yeah, it's like a joint.
Yeah.
You cut it, not this kind of joint, right. You cut it right under that node.
That's probably an easy plant to grow.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't know though.
Actually, Ron knows somebody that grows it, weed, like actual like weed. And it's not that easy to grow. You have to be a real scientist to grow it.
Really?
Yeah.
A real scientist? I doubt it. I mean, I've seen the kind of people that grow.
Just saying, you got to know your weed. You put your weed in there.
Okay.
You remember that? You put your weed in there. It was from the 80s. Anyway, not that I know. But this root powder, so I've heard this thing where you cut it under the node and then you let it callus for like an hour. Basically, you just let the air get to it and something happens where it, like, I don't know what it does to the plant to make it like healthier.
Okay.
And then you put it in this root powder stuff and then stick it in the dirt.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's been a while since I've done that. I have the root powder as well, but whatever it said on the bottle is what I did.
The directions on the bottle just say simply cut, dip, and plant. Doesn't say anything about callousing.
Oh.
So yeah, that's it. The other thing that I love, love, love is this stuff. Hold on. Let me get it.
Do a little drum roll.
Let me get it.
Oh, yeah. I have that.
It's not this. This is not the one.
Oh.
This one is succulent plant food. It's like a foam. But what I thought this bottle was my plant shine.
Oh, I have that too.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's from Miracle Grow,
Mhm.
and it's called Plant Shine, and you spray it on the plant, and then you wipe it off, and it makes your plants just look beautiful.
Yeah, that
And
looks so.
And there
fake.
is a health. It's healthy for the plants to get the dust off. You want to get dust off your plants.
Yeah, that's exactly what my app was telling me, that I'm late on cleaning my plants.
Okay, now question:
Mhm.
Can you clean them too much?
It's a good question. I don't know.
Because I typically do it every week.
Oh gosh,
It's probably too much.
I don't.
Yeah, they're not even dusty.
I'm late.
I just like the spraying the bottle and rubbing my plants. I just like it.
Okay.
There's something wrong with me. I must be stressed out. What are you doing, Tracy? I'm rubbing my plants.
Talking to my plant. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I use.
Okay, tell me.
I got all of this stuff at, one of those real hip little plant stores up in St. Joseph, Michigan.
Yes, fun.
Where they have, the plants, and they have they sell soil in a little brown bag.
Oh, boy.
So,
it's probably
with a little tie
overpriced.
string. Yes, and it just looks so organic.
And they probably have a big hole in the back that they're just digging it out of the earth.
I don't know, but I was like,
Here's your...
I'm going to start selling soil in little brown bags. Oh my gosh. Kenny keeps texting me.
Is he hungry?
I told him what I have to do, and he said, I'm heading home, from the gym.
Yeah.
Then he texted me, I'm home, hopping in the shower. Now he just texted, hello. Anyway, okay, here's what I use. It's this small bottle called Houseplants.
Okay.
It's the fertilizer.
Okay.
And it's by Jungle Club.
Okay.
It's all organic. It's got high nitrogen. And
Wait, is it a plant food?
Yeah, it's plant food.
Okay.
It's a formula with, the nitrogen and all
Top
of that.
secret.
Right. I also use We the Wild Plant Care Grow Concentrate,
Oh.
but not at the same time. So your air plant, do you have any air plants?
I don't.
I have one from Kim Teskey,
Uh-huh.
and it's been doing really well, but they need food too. And do you know that you need to soak your air? Well, you don't have one, but they
want one
sometimes need to be, they're so cool. I love them. They're the ones that don't need soil or water.
Well, where do you put them in a little house?
Or you could just put them on a dish they're just really neat. But this is a food spray that they need every now and then.
Neat.
And then my take root is by Garden Safe, and it's a rooting hormone, which is probably what yours is as well. Yeah.
All right.
That's what I use.
That's fun.
Uh-huh.
All right. I want to encourage our listeners, if you are listening to us still, boy, you're hanging in there because we could use your help.
Oh,
What happened?
I don't know. Oh, I hate when it does that. Hang on now. We're okay.
Did you bump something?
No, I did not bump a thing. Not at all.
It started happening.
Nope, it's nothing I did.
Anyway, if you can still hear us, praise God.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're still here. Let's bring this plane in for our landing. Let's share our scripture, 1 Corinthians 3, 6 through 9. That up here for 3 through 9. Sorry, I didn't have it on my page, but here it is. Corinthians chapter 3, verses 6 through 9 says, I planted the seed, Apollos watered it. God has been making it grow. Neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything, but only God makes things. One who plants and the one who waters have one purpose. They will each be rewarded according to their own labor. We are co-workers in God's service. You are God's build.
That's what I feel like when, watering, even outside, inside, we're just taking care of God's creation.
We are.
Doing our part.
And I think the real reason why plants are fun is because God made them and He made us.
Mm-hmm.
There. Call to action, support your local floral shop and go over there and get yourself a new plant.
There you go.
How about that?
All right.
All right. Well, you've been listening to the Life Happens Laugh Anyway podcast. I'm still comedian Tracy DeGraaf.
I'm so happy.